Good evening and welcome to our mystery night, Seen and Heard. I'm ready, see? I'm Jean Verhoeven. I'm a Jean of all trades at WICX. I do a lot of the behind-the-scenes stuff, but you'll often hear me at the top and bottom of the hour, and also as host of Scripts and Scriptures. In August 2015, on my birthday I might add, WICX LP 102.7 Hope FM debuted in Concord, and then globally at WICXradio.org, under the helm of everyone's favorite station manager, Mike Bellino, and his team and his board, yes. I joined them a year later, and what most people don't know is Mike worked almost 5 years on WICX before it hit the airwaves. The man had a vision and he made it happen. We've had local programs. We've covered live events like the March for Life and Christmas at the Cathedral, and have brought you EWTN 24/7. We have relied on you to keep us on the air and would not be here today without you. And that's the truth. We are so happy to be in person with our listener family again, and thank you for your support, past, present, and future. I have a memo here from our marketing department. And just a show of hands, we're just wondering, how did you hear about this event? How many saw it in the, heard it on the radio? Good. How many saw it in the Monitor, the Sunday Town Crier? Oh, good. That's me. How about the community calendars like Eventbrite and Patch and those kind of things? Oh, good. I got one back there. And basically, how about Concord TV? That was on there too. No? Okay, good. Good to know. How about a bulletin? Good, good. And basically, how many came because I nagged you to death? That's what I thought. Okay, now we're cooking. With no visual component, radio drama depends on dialogue, music, and sound effects to help the listener imagine the characters and the story. It is, quote, it is auditory in the physical dimension, but equally powerful as a visual force in the psychological dimension. Radio drama includes plays specifically written for radio, docudramas, dramatized works of fiction, as well as plays originally written for theater, including musical theater and opera. Radio drama achieved widespread popularity within a decade of its initial development in the 1920s. And by the 1940s, it was a leading popular form of entertainment internationally. Here in the U.S. today, we mostly hear remastered versions of shows recorded decades ago. However, other nations still have thriving traditions of radio drama. In the United Kingdom, for example, the BBC produces and broadcasts hundreds of new radio plays each year. A growing number of religious radio stations air daily or weekly programs such as Focus on the Family's Adventures in Odyssey, Pacific Garden Mission's Unshackled, and of course, our own EWTN, who often does the lives of the saints and other stories. Tonight you will not only hear a fascinating radio play, but you're all deputized as investigators. And also for some, the sound effects, for some of the sound effects, you actually need to become part of the cast. You have to respond to our, can we see one? Can we respond to our cue cards? Okay, you gotta make that sound, whatever it says. Gotta help Susan out here. See, you got it already. It is you who must find the villain and his or her motive, opportunity, and method. And you'll find your scorecards in your programs. Please make your decision by jotting down the answers in the spaces provided. And you even get to keep the pencil. That's an official WICX pencil. Please make sure when you turn in your ballot that there is an X or a check in that right-hand column marked conclusion. For fun and for tiebreakers, there's some bonus questions down in the bottom there that, that might help you get the prize. You could be a winner. So please print plainly and make sure your name is at the top. You get points for that. We'll collect them just before our final dramatic conclusion. The WICX players have been working very hard to bring us an interesting and entertainment evening. So, without further ado, I present to you Agatha Christie's Hercule Poirot in The Case of the Careless Client.
Agatha Christie's Poirot. From the thrill-packed pages of Agatha Christie's unforgettable stories of corpses, blues, and crimes, WICX now brings you, complete with the bowler hat, the brave mustache, your favorite detective, Hercule Poirot, starring Charles Saletti, in The Case of the Careless Client. Before meeting Hercule Poirot in his first American adventure, it seems only fitting for the millions of faithful readers who have followed the little Belgian detective's career in book form to meet the famous lady who created the famous character. So it's our privilege to present a message from Agatha Christie. Introducing Hercule Poirot from London, England. The voice you hear next will be Miss Agatha Christie's. Go ahead, London.
I feel that this is an occasion that would have appealed to Hercule Poirot. He would have done justice to the inauguration of this radio program, and he might even have made it seem something of an international event. However, as he is heavily engaged on an investigation about which you will hear in due course, I must, as one of his oldest friends, deputize for him. The great man has his little foibles, but really I have the greatest affection for him, and it is a source of continuing satisfaction to me that there has been such a generous response to his appearance in my books, and I hope that his new career on the radio will make many new friends for him among a wider public.
Thank you, Miss Agatha Christie. And now, Mutual presents Hercule Poirot in his first American adventure, The Case of the Careless Client. But first, a word from our sponsor. For amazing Catholic programming, Catholics everywhere recommend WICX. Yes, WICX, either on the air at 102.7 FM or WICXradio.org has caught on like mad, and here's why.
At last, I found authentic prayers, information, answers, and hope on WICX. It's brought out my true faith and helped me grow as a Catholic.
WICX in the car, at home, or on the internet makes it easy to listen. Once you listen, you'll be hooked. You'll never want to be without it again.
WICX brightens the soul, lifts the spirit, and educates the mind. I listen every day.
You should too. That's 102.7 FM or at the WICXradio.org, New Hampshire's only Catholic radio station.
Mademoiselle,
Huh?
this is the Cozy Room Apartment Renting Agency.
When we've got something to rent, yeah.
I have the desire to rent an apartment.
Who hasn't?
Please, mademoiselle, do not jest. Allons, I have with me a brief dossier of my requirements. Please to read it.
Well, all right. Gentleman desires a bright, sun-shining apartment of a reasonable quietness near the heart of the city. Should be furnished with the utmost charm
French provincial, if possible. Price is of no consequence as long as it is very reasonable. Huh? Please communicate with me at the Hotel Windsor. Hercules, P-O-I-R... Poirot?
No, mademoiselle. The name is Poirot. Hercule Poirot.
Well, I wish you luck, Mr. Poirot.
Finding an apartment, mademoiselle, is not a matter of luck. It is a matter of employing the little grey cells. If you can find an apartment for me, please do me the kindness to inform me.
Sure, if you'll do something for me.
And what is that?
If you can find an apartment, please do me the kindness to inform me.
Going up? Floor, please.
Number 5. You are new here, no?
Yes, sir. Came on only yesterday. You're Mr. Poirot, aren't you?
Poirot.
Well, Mr. Poirot, one of the boys pointed you out. Here you are, sir. Fifth floor.
Oh, 1,000 apologies, madame.
Not at all. It was entirely my fault.
Madame appears troubled. Perhaps I may be of some slight assistance?
No, well, if you're sure you don't mind.
But of course not.
You see, it's my door. It won't open.
Uh-huh. And where is this obstinate door, eh?
It's right down the corridor, room 515.
If I may have the key?
But that's just it. The door isn't locked. I left it open only 10 minutes ago.
Indeed, madame is very trusting, eh?
Here it is. You see? It's stuck. It won't budge.
It's not precisely stuck, madame. It gives a trifle. This door is barricaded.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, voila, she moves, eh?
Oh, thanks a million. Now, what do you suppose?
No, wait, madame. Perhaps it is better if I look first. Alas, it is as I have feared.
What is it?
You do not know? Look.
Oh, it's a man. Is he...
Oui, madame. He has been strangled. This is murder.
We have a murder. Who is that woman? Did the rental clerk have the inside scoop on Poirot's whereabouts? Does the elevator operator know too much? Make your notes. Stay tuned after this.
Feeling a little lost? Need to jumpstart your faith? Have a lot of questions? WICX has what you're looking for. It's easy to access, easy to listen to, easy to donate to. What you discover will immediately soothe your soul, give you rest, awaken your devotion, and lift your spirit. Yes, remember and try WICX. That's WICX 102.7 at Hope FN, or go to the website at wicxradio.org.
Zut alors! I must compliment you, madame. Your color, it is excellent. You did not even commence to faint. For one who is...
I don't fall apart in a crisis, if that's what you mean. And furthermore, I'm not Madam, I'm Mademoiselle. By choice. Miss Abigail Fletcher. And now, if you'll get that, corpse out of here, I'd like to sit down.
That I regret I cannot do, mademoiselle. The body must not be touched before the police arrive.
Police?
Oh, well, yes, of course, the police. I am calling them now. Hello, hello? Inspector Stevens. It is I, Hercule Poirot. Alas, no, I have not yet found the apartment, but I have found something of perhaps more interest. A corpse. Yes, right here in my hotel. Room number...
515.
515. Mademoiselle, what are you doing with the body?
Nothing. I was just trying to see his face.
You will have that opportunity later. Pardon, Inspector. We are in room 515. Bien, I shall expect you immediately. Eh bien, Miss Fletcher, now that you have observed the face of this unfortunate one, perhaps you will be good enough to tell me who he is.
I certainly will not. Who do you think you are?
Mademoiselle, permit me to present myself. I am Hercule Poirot, formerly chief of the Belgian Sûreté.
Yeah, that's what you say. Now look, Mr. Poirot, I've read plenty of detective stories, and none of them had a detective looked anything like you. I'll wait for the police and let them ask the questions.
As you desire, mademoiselle. I merely wish to point out one thing. It is you the police will question first.
Me?
But of course, you are the most likely suspect, no?
Well, all right. What do you want to know?
First, what are you doing here in this hotel?
Why, I've lived here for 10 solid years. Since I left Wascakigo, Maine.
And what do you do? What is your occupation?
Why, I don't have an occupation. I've got a little income, and I like it here in New York, and the last few years I've been doing, war work. Yeah, Red Cross and things like that.
You seem a trifle vague, mademoiselle. Now about this man, who is he?
I don't know. I never saw him before in my life.
Mademoiselle, I advise you to consider your answers with care. Do not forget, a man lies dead in this room.
I can't help that. I don't know who he is or how he got here. I told you, I was out of the room for 10 minutes.
That may be, Miss Fletcher, but it does not help you. This man has been dead for at least 1 hour.
How do you know?
If you will touch the body, you will observe it is already beginning to cool. Therefore, mademoiselle, if you left the room only 10 minutes ago, your situation is indeed grave, for this man was already dead.
Oh, but I couldn't have done it.
So, and why not?
Because his body was lying right in front of the doorway. You know, perfectly. Well, I couldn't get out through the doorway and still leave a body wedged against it. Belgian surety, indeed.
Very good, mademoiselle, but you could have murdered him in here and made your departure by way of the fire escape through the room overhead and come down inside the building to this corridor where you so innocently made my acquaintance. You see, there is evidence that the fire escape has but recently been used. Now that is not so amusing, eh?
Well, I don't care. I had nothing to do with this. I know you detectives. You are out to get a suspect, and just because a man was murdered in my room.
Gently, gently, mademoiselle. All is not lost. Fortunately, you deal with Hercule Poirot, who goes one step beyond the obvious. You see, this poor man was not murdered in your room. He was killed in the room overhead.
But why? Why kill him upstairs and have him in front of my doorway?
That, mademoiselle, we shall discover in due course.
All right, Mr. Poirot. Now that you got the corpse safely locked in my room and us outside, what am I supposed to do? Sleep on the fire escape?
Oh, I do not think that will be necessary, mademoiselle. You are coming with me to the lobby where we shall wait for my friend, Inspector Stevens. He will see that you are comfortably sheltered for the night.
Oh. Tell me, Mr. Poirot, how'd you figure out that murder took place upstairs?
Is it not apparent, Miss Fletcher? Please to squeeze the bell for the elevator. I look out your window and observe the fire escapes. And what do I find? Everywhere the dust reposes peacefully.
Well, naturally, the help is too busy to polish the fire escapes.
Mademoiselle, but on one stairway, the one leading up from your window, all is disarranged. There is a broad, clear path through the dust, and it is precisely the width of a human body. And since the path extends only to the floor above, it is obvious the body has been dragged down from room 615. Also, the garments on the dead man, the trousers, the left elbow, and across the shoulders, there are unmistakable traces of rust. Voilà, the elevator.
Going down?
Monsieur, would you be so good as to explain why you are so long in arriving?
It's this old car. Every once in a while, it goes on the fritz.
Comment? On the Fritz?
Out of water.
Yeah, it got stuck on the 9th.
You have been on the 9th floor all this time?
Yeah, that's right.
That is difficult to believe,
Why?
because the indicator has been pointing to the basement.
That indicator. As soon as anything goes wrong, it flops.
I am not so sure that is true of the indicator, but unquestionably, monsieur, it is true of the Too Clever murder. As soon as anything goes wrong, it flops.
Why is Miss Fletcher elusive about her employment? Could there be a murder on the 9th floor? Should we believe the elevator operator that the elevator goes on the fritz? Or is there an evil German named Fritz in the shadows? Form your opinion. Stay tuned.
Ladies and gentlemen, your New Hampshire Catholic radio station provides you with prayers, EWTN and local programming, catechism, talk shows, and much, much more. However, staying on the air depends on one thing, just one thing. It's your donations, either as an angel or in any amount. That's right, listener. Any amount keeps WICX broadcasting day and night, every day of the year. You can donate by mail or at the website. Prayers are also a great way to support our station. Keeping WICX on the air depends on heaven and you. Please remember WICX.
Card.
Eh bien, Inspector Stevens, there is a situation. An unknown man strangled to death in one room and dragged down the fire escape to another.
Poirot, if this body is the person I think it is, the commissioner will have my head.
Et mon ami, forgive me, you seem agitated.
And we were warned, too. I assigned my best man to guard him, the smartest cop on my force, Sam Trumbull. Good Lord, Poirot, there'll be an international scandal.
Gently, mon ami, you go too fast, even for Hercule Poirot. Who is this magnificent figure of international importance?
Parrish, Jonathan Parrish.
Parrish? Ah, oui, the name rings a bell. He is the big currency expert, eh?
That's right. He's on his way to Europe to set up the new paper currency for the liberated countries. Checked in at the Windsor today. Was supposed to pick up some papers, dyes, and inks, and then hop a bomber tonight.
5th floor, please. An enormous undertaking and one of great importance.
And I was responsible for his safety. He's supposed to be an eccentric sort of guy. No photographs, no publicity. Trumbull was the only man on the force who knew him at all, and Trumbull failed. You see what this means, Poirot?
I see only this, my friend. We have arrived at the first step in the solution of this distressing murder. For now, we know the motive. This way, Inspector. This is the room. Mademoiselle Fletcher, your key?
Here you are.
I'll never live this down.
You exaggerate, mon ami. Even the best of men sometimes fail. Regarde, Inspector, here is your corpse.
They certainly did a job. Thunderation!
You are shocked, monsieur.
Poirot, do you realize what's happened?
But of course, Inspector, it is not Jonathan Parrish who has been murdered, but your own faithful policeman, Sam Trumbull.
Poirot, that's not very funny. You knew it all the time.
Pardon, mon ami, I knew nothing of the sort.
But you distinctly told me.
No, Inspector, you told me. To me, the dead man was an unknown corpse. It could be anyone. But when you speak of two men, one a wealthy financier of international importance, the other a police officer, by employing the little grey cells, it is not too difficult to conclude that a corpse with a large, high, comfortable shoes and a plain suit is the policeman.
Of course, I'm sorry.
Monsieur, this is no time now for the profuse apologies.
You're right. We've got to get Parrish at once. The poor guy doesn't even know his bodyguard's gone. Hello? Hello, operator? What room is Jonathan Parrish in? 615? Hold on, Poirot. What's the room directly over this one, where Trumbull was killed?
Precisely.
Operator, let me talk to Mr. Parrish.
I think you will find the gentleman does not answer.
Why not?
Obviously, he would not witness a murder without reporting it. On the other hand, he too may be...
Good Lord, Poirot. Do you think he's dead too? We knew he received a warning from Hillary Kent.
I do not follow you, mon ami.
Huh? Oh, I don't blame you. Hillary Kent is a criminal egomaniac.
Ah, one who commits crime chiefly for the pleasure of baffling the police, eh?
Exactly. Well, this Hillary Kent, or someone who calls himself Hillary Kent, is one of those guys. He pulled off a clever job and got away with them. We don't know anything about him, but whoever he is, he's got to get his thrill out of every job. So he makes it a rule to warn his victims.
Ah, me, I know well the type. Then Monsieur Parrish, I take it, has received such a warning.
Right. Now you see why I signed my best man.
Eh bien, but now we must hasten upstairs to Mr. Parrish's room. Already it may be too late.
I'll go too. I don't want to stay here with this body.
You'll stay right here, Miss Fletcher, until I give you permission.
Inspector, if you do not mind, myself, I am not averse to Miss Fletcher's company. I find her very intriguing.
No answer.
But naturally, you did not expect the murderer to sit down and wait for us. You will have to employ the passkey.
Remember, Miss Fletcher, you're not to touch anything.
It's perfectly all right. I'm wearing gloves.
The inspector is thinking of fingerprints. I do not think he will find any. Monsieur Kent, or whoever the killer may be, is too clever to leave any such traces.
Well, maybe. But I want to be sure we don't lose even the tiniest clue.
An excellent approach, mon ami. There are many interesting things we may learn here about Monsieur Parrish.
He certainly gets around a lot.
Oui, the labels on his luggage are from the four corners of the earth.
Miss Fletcher, I said you're not to touch anything.
Oh, for goodness sake, it's only a book.
Ah, books may be of great significance. Oui, this one, for example. It is no ordinary book. It is a stamp album of great value. Some of these stamps are almost without price. Ah, very interesting. This Guatemala blue.
Put your hands up, all of you.
Thunderation!
Don't move, I said don't move.
Have no fear, monsieur. I will not dispute the authority of your gun.
Oh no, a gun. What happened to this motley crew, this tragic trio, this threatened threesome? We'll find out after this message.
Tune in to a new local program on WICX. Yes, we have a program called Scripts and Scriptures. What's that? You can find movies and TV shows worth watching. You can't find wholesome films with some depth. What if I told you can get the scoop, good or bad, on biblical or biographical, documentary or Christian comedies and dramas? You can listen to Scripts and Scriptures to find out if you want to watch a show or grab a coffee and join the panel as we review and discuss this myriad of movies. Listen Saturdays and Sundays at 3 p.m. on air or anytime with on-demand links to WICXradio.org. We'll see you on the red carpet.
Mister, you can't get away with this. Put your gun down and talk fast. Who the devil are you?
But obviously, Inspector, this is the man we seek. Monsieur Jonathan Parrish.
That's just who I am. All right, speak up. Which one of you is Hillary Kent?
Hillary Kent?
Yes.
Now, wait a minute, Mr. Parrish. You've got this all wrong. I'm Inspector Stevens, Homicide Squad, and this is Hercule Poirot, the famous Belgian detective.
So you say. You don't look like a policeman to me, particularly that little squirt with the silly mustache.
Hey, Parrish, you stay right where you are till I check on you. Eh bien, Monsieur Parrish, now that you are satisfied as to our identity...
Well, I've heard of you, of course. You're supposed to be the greatest French detective in the world.
Always people say that about me, monsieur, but it is not entirely true. I am not French. I am Belgian.
Well, I wish you'd all get out of here and leave me alone. I'm expecting my daughter, and I don't want her running into a room full of policemen.
But, monsieur, you are in great danger. You must be protected at every moment.
You offering police protection? Not worth a hoot.
I beg your...
That's what I said, not worth a hoot. I've had protection. Some detective they've assigned to me. Where is he?
He is dead.
What?
He was murdered in this very room while protecting you.
Therefore, if you do not object too violently, I shall undertake to protect you until you step aboard your aeroplane.
All right, stay. I don't know how long it'll be. I'm just waiting for a little parcel to be delivered, then I'm off.
Monsieur is taking with him much equipment.
Yes, quite a load. I've already sent most of it off to the airport.
Ah bon, that is good.
Miss, don't eat that chocolate. It may be poisoned.
Oh, nonsense. This candy isn't poisoned.
I wouldn't be too sure. That box of candy supposedly came from my daughter Laura. It was delivered a little while ago.
But you suspect she did not send it?
Well, she's supposed to come here in person. Should be here, in fact, now. So why should she send it?
You are very shrewd, mon ami.
Hi. Excuse me.
Wait a minute. Johnny, come back here. What do you want?
Nothing. I just wanted to see if Mr. Parrish got his extra laundry box okay.
Yes, I've received it, Johnny. Thank you. Okay, excuse me. I picked up a few more things to take along. Special dyes and inks. Just about to fill up that laundry box. Excuse me, I've got to go into my bedroom and finish packing.
Crusty old bird, isn't he?
How would you be if you knew someone was out to kill you? No wonder he's jittery.
He's irritable and nervous. Perhaps that explains it.
Explains what?
Why, he wears upon his feet that unique pair of socks, one of which is green and the other brown.
All right. If the man wants to be eccentric, let him be. I still got a murderer to catch. You want to come along?
And no, Inspector, I have attached myself to monsieur.
And I propose to see that.
Come in, Brady.
One of the men found this on the sidewalk outside the hotel. Thought you might want to take a look at it before turning it into the lost and found.
Okay, Brady. Thanks. A lady's purse. Usual assortment of stuff. Cosmetics, perfume, change, keys. Do you make anything of it, Poirot?
Sacre bleu.
What is it?
These initials. LP, Monsieur Parrish.
Yeah.
What did you say was the name of your charming daughter?
Laura.
Good Lord! LP! Laura Parrish.
Poirot, where are you going?
I have a little idea. Mademoiselle Fletcher, please to accompany me.
How about Mr. Parrish? You were so attached to him.
I have become momentarily detached. I leave him in your care, Inspector. Protect him with the apple of your eye. Come, it will not be the first time you have left the elevator unattended, Monsieur Johnny. Come along.
Mr. Poirot, you're wasting your time in the basement, believe me.
Nevertheless, it interests me. Please to light the way.
There's nothing here, just a lot of ash cans.
One moment. What is behind this door?
Oh, well, that's the laundry bin. They keep the soiled linen in there, and you won't find anything in there.
We shall take one brief glance, eh?
There, you see, nothing but a pile of dirty laundry sheets and pillowcases.
Good gracious, what a laundry bill they must have.
Eh bien, let us proceed to... one moment.
What is it?
Sacre bleu, protruding from under these sheets.
Holy cow!
A foot, a small foot. This is what I feared.
Look!
It moves. Then we are not too late. Quickly, monsieur, help me to uncover her.
Will Laura Parrish survive? Is her assault a self-inflicted red herring? Who could have done this dastardly deed? Did she at least get her laundry done? And what about the mismatched socks? I bet he's got another pair just like them. Do you have a solution? There's more to our story after this message.
Oh, I am so tired of politics and media. Need to get back to basics. What's a Catholic to do?
Catholics with a desire to improve their lives should listen and support their Catholic radio station, WICX. There they can listen to the local and national shows, share prayers, and ask questions, plus find answers. WICX supports the cavalcade of support and discovery. Listen and be a better Catholic.
I listened and found much of what I was looking for and needed. I'm not just a listener, I'm a donor. I'm not just a donor, I'm a WICX angel, aren't you? That's all I know, Mr. Poirot. I was walking along the street toward the hotel. Just as I passed the alley, I was pulled in. I tried to scream, but something was pressed against my mouth.
Chloroform, Miss Parrish. Had you seen your assailant, you would have seen Hilary Kent. Alors, Miss Parrish, you are most fortunate. Another few minutes under those linens, and who knows? Ah, voilà. Here is the room of your father. Inspector Stevens, here is Miss Parrish.
Oh, well, that's a relief. Come in. I was afraid, Poirot, you'd turn up with a body. How'd you manage to find her?
That is not important now. We have found her. But we seem to have lost the father.
Oh, yes, Miss Parrish. I'm sorry. Your father's terribly upset about you, but his material was delivered and he had to rush off to the airport.
Oh no, don't tell me I missed him after all this.
Ah, ma pauvre petite, we have neglected you, eh? Miss Fletcher, your room is now free of corpses. Please take Mademoiselle Parrish down and extend to her the first aid.
Come along, Laura.
Thank you.
Inspector, I hope you do not later have cause to regret that you permitted Parrish to go off to the airport unprotected.
He'll be all right. Besides, I've got a job to do here. Although, frankly, I'm in a complete fog. I can't make head or tail of the whole business.
No, Stephen. The head and tail we have.
What?
Yes, it is merely a fragment of the middle that we still lack.
Well, who is it? Hey, Poirot, where are you going?
To see how Miss Parrish is and to telephone the airport to see that Mr. Parrish receives the proper attention. Au revoir.
Mr. Poirot, where are you taking me now? I'd like to have some...
Mr. Poirot, Mr. Poirot.
Hello, someone calls?
It's Johnny in that parked car.
Mr. Poirot, I got a message from Inspector Stevens. He rushed off a minute ago.
From Stevens? What is it? What is the message?
He says you just got word that Mr. Parrish had been seriously hurt in an automobile accident on North Salem Road.
Mon Dieu, this is too much.
You got to get there as fast as you can. Here's the address.
52 North Salem Road. Monsieur, your duties for the day are over?
Yeah?
And this is your vehicle?
Yeah, why?
There is no time to seek a taxi, so I will impose upon your kindness. Miss Fletcher, quickly, please.
Okay. North Salem Road, right?
No, to the airport.
What?
But Mr. Parrish isn't at the airport. He's injured on North Salem Road.
No, mademoiselle. That is what I was intended to believe. Do you not think so, Johnny? He is not there, I assure you.
How do you know?
Well, North Salem Road is not on the way to the airport. It is in the opposite direction. This is merely a trick to keep us from the flying field. We must hurry before it is too late.
Well, the airplane is still there, but I don't see anything amiss.
Hello, over there.
Parish, as large as life.
Yup, that's him, all right.
Come along, please. Both of you, Monsieur Parish.
Monsieur Poirot, my daughter, is she...
She is at the hotel, monsieur, resting. She had a small misadventure, but she is entirely safe.
Thank heavens.
You're relieved, eh?
Am I? I don't think I'd have gotten on that plane if you hadn't found her. Fortunately, I didn't have to. They've been a little delayed.
Poirot!
Inspector Stevens, I knew you would not walk into the trap.
Yeah, but as usual, you beat me to it. I was halfway out to North Salem Road before I realized what was cooking.
Eh bien, here is Mr. Parish, safe and sound, eh? I suggest the bomber be inspected with great care. There may be sabotage.
Good idea.
Also, have all the doors of this building guarded.
Mr. Poirot, do I have to hang around here anymore?
But of course, Johnny, we may require you for our return trip. Oh, Monsieur Parish, here is your pilot to report.
We're ready now, Mr. Parish.
Thank you. Oh, Captain, here comes my luggage. Will you see that it gets on board?
Right, sir.
And be especially careful with that wooden crate. Well, goodbye, Inspector. I must admit that you've been extremely helpful, and I'm much obliged.
Not at all. Goodbye and happy landings.
Ms. Fletcher.
Goodbye, sir.
Monsieur Poirot, it's been a privilege to know you. I'm only sorry I couldn't remain to see you break the case.
Now, why didn't Poirot tell the inspector how they found Laura? Who reported the false accident and the address? It's time to mark your ballots. As Monsieur Poirot would say, using your investigative gray cells. Tell us who the murderer is, their opportunity, and their method. And, by the way, whatever happened to Hillary Kent?
Okay, turn in those ballots. Where is it? Turn in those ballots. About 1 minute more. I roll the ballots in. Inspector Stevens, you're going to have to arrest these people who won't turn in their ballots.
Can't wait all day.
It's all that ink and dye I've used.
Yeah, there is one coming up, I know. Yeah, it's not this one right here. This is the next one. Well, it's not. Your 42 might not be my 42. Last call. Hey, I really want to tell them to turn the ballots.
Everyone's ballot in? Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
And now for the exciting conclusion to Agatha Christie's Hercule Poirot case of the careless client.
Monsieur Poirot, it's been a privilege to know you. I'm only sorry I couldn't remain here to see you break the case.
But you have, monsieur.
I beg your pardon?
The case is broken. Inspector, meet Hilary Kent, the gentleman to whom you have just wished bon voyage.
Hillary Kent?
You're mad, Poirot.
Good gracious, I thought he was Parish.
And that wooden crate, which I have waited so long to see, it is not to be moved, Inspector.
Why not?
Because, mon ami, it contains the body of Jonathan Parrish.
Inspector Poirot has done it again. But how will this story really end? Stand by for the final conclusion.
Oh my, what's a listener to do? I have questions, concerns, and even some misconceptions about faith and church. Wherever can I find some answers?
Never fear, dear listener, the source of all your inquiries is just a knob turn or clicks away. Seek out WICX, your New Hampshire Catholic radio station. Find them at 102.7 FM or WICXradio.org. 24/7, 365, 366 in leap year. You will find answers, community prayers, entertainment, and new ways to know God.
That sounds just what I need. If they were going to offer that much help, how can I help them?
They need lots of prayers, but also accept donations of every amount, once in a while, or on a regular basis.
Thank you, disembodied voice. Are you an angel?
Just the WICX angel signed up for monthly donations of $10.
I could do 20.
That would make you an archangel.
Not sure I can live up to that title, but I want to do it for my new favorite radio station, WICX.
You're a big, beautiful, fantastic sweetheart.
And I think you're a little devil, in only the nicest ways.
Click, clink, clink, clink.
A charming restaurant, this, n'est-ce pas? The planes circling above give one a feeling of flying, eh?
The feeling I've got, if that's what flying gives you, keep me from it.
That is natural. I, too, do not like murder, Miss Fletcher. Inspector Stevens, everything is taken care of.
Yes, they're taking Kent away now.
Then perhaps you will join us now in a little supper?
No thanks, Poirot. I've got to get back. I just dropped over to ask a few questions.
For example?
Well, when did you first suspect that Kent was impersonating Parrish?
Almost from the start. When we entered the room of Monsieur Parrish, what do we find, eh? An amazing paradox. On the one hand, we have a man who is an ardent stamp collector, whose album is in perfect order. Each stamp, each shade of stamp, precisely in its proper place, eh? Except the most valuable one of all, a Guatemala blue reposing among the American 3-cent stamps. Later, when I look at his socks, one green and one brown, I am certain the man in the room is colorblind.
And therefore not Parrish, the stamp collector.
And more important than that, he cannot be Parrish, the currency expert, who is to select the colors and the shades of the new paper money, eh? Therefore, if the man in the room is not Parrish, who is he?
Obviously, Hillary Kent.
Then why didn't you arrest him right away?
Because without a body, one cannot prove a murder. And I felt sure Monsieur Kent would lead me to the body.
Then you weren't guarding him. You were watching him.
Precisely.
Well, you weren't so smart. When you let him out of your sight, he might have gotten away on the airplane.
Not at all. When I called the airport, it was to make sure that the plane would not leave until I gave the word.
You know everything, don't you?
Some things are obvious, mademoiselle. We can suppose Hilary Kent discovers the nature of the mission Monsieur Parrish is engaged in. What a magnificent opportunity for a swindler, eh? Perhaps the greatest in history, to remove Jonathan Parrish, fly to Europe as Parrish, deliver the papers, the formulas, the dies to the proper authorities, and then, at the moment juste, counterfeit the new currency and reap a huge fortune.
Jumping codfish! The man must be mad.
Perhaps, mademoiselle, but he is also a genius, eh? He learns that Parrish is at Hotel Windsor in room 615. He knocks on the door, Parrish admits him, and is at once strangled to death. But the body, that must be disposed of, where no one will find it. Where there is but one thing to do, take the body to Europe, in the very packing case which stands in the room.
Then you just guessed where the body was?
No, Inspector. There is proof in the room. You remember the second laundry box, which Hilary Kent asked for? This for some special ink, he says to us, which I have only now purchased. Obviously, this is a lie. On such a mission, one does not purchase supplies at the last minute, eh? Hence I know these inks and dyes have been removed from some other box or crate to make room for the body.
Gracious, it's as plain as the nose on my face. What about Laura Parrish?
Oh, I got that figured out. She calls up and asks Kent, "Pop, I'm coming over." Of course, he can't allow that or the jig's up, so he gets down to the alley and eliminates her. Right, Poirot?
Exactly. As for poor Tremble, he has been with Parrish and he knows him. When he knocks on the door and Kent appears, he demands to see Parrish. Kent kills him, and since the packing case is already occupied, he drags him down to Miss Fletcher's room.
That was his big mistake. He should never have started up with me.
Excuse me for a minute. I think that's the ward wagon pulling in.
Mademoiselle, may I ask you a question of a personal nature?
Fire away.
Mademoiselle, you are not now engaged in a business enterprise?
No.
You are fluent with the shorthand and the typewriter?
Why, yes.
Bon, mademoiselle, I find you both intelligent and amusing, a rare combination in women. Moreover, I am in great need of a secretary with your superb qualifications.
Why, Mr. Poirot?
Oh, you do not yet employ the little grey cells to the best advantage. Nevertheless, if you are interested...
Oh, Mr. Poirot, for 10 years I've been devouring detective stories, and you ask me if I'm interested? Chief, you got a secretary.
Well, Poirot, they've taken Kent away now. I guess that winds up the case.
And not quite, Inspector. Tell me, where does Monsieur Kent reside?
We found a lease on him for an apartment in Gramercy Park.
That is a good neighborhood.
Oh, swell. It's right in the heart of the city. But why do you ask?
I do not think Monsieur Kent will need an apartment for some time. But I do. You see, my friends, it is as I have said, to find an apartment is the essence of simplicity. One has only to solve 2 murders.
We'll announce our winner very shortly. All the correct answers will be determined, and one lucky winner will be drawn from the stack. Be sure to listen next week when Agatha Christie's American favorite mystery writer brings you her favorite detective, Claire Carew, starring in the case of Murder by the Sea. Poirot is directed by J.A. Verhoeven.
Thank you very much. Did you think you got it? Did you get it when you turned your ballots in? We'll announce our mystery winners and our raffle winners just about 8:15. Then I must humbly and graciously ask you to please leave us about 8:30 because the next event, our beloved pantry crew, will be coming in with lots of supplies, so we have to go. Dessert is out. In a minute, though, I'd like to introduce our volunteers and cast. They gave their abundant talent and less than abundant time to answer the WICX call, and I thank them from the bottom of my heart. I love you all, and mostly for putting up with me, especially Charlie and Mike. We're always looking for help to make our events and station thriving and effective. You had fun tonight, right? You could be part of this. We always need help. Always. If you're interested in any facet of WICX, from paperwork to planning to performing, please contact us. Really, tonight is good. Tonight is a good time to contact us. I would like to pay tribute to a volunteer we lost just over a year ago. Gloria Paquette was there whenever we needed her with her kindness, her contributions, including her time and those wonderful hugs. Please say one for us, Gloria. We're praying for you. I'd like to give special thanks to Father Ray and the IHM Parish for their support. We thank you for coming out tonight. Did you have a good time? I hope. Okay. All right. We would remember we would not be on the air without you. Our volunteers are referred to as, wait for it, the radioactive team. Get it? Active in the radio. No. Some are here because they love WICX, and some are here because they came when I called. And they are great folks, and they're a rather ecumenical group tonight, as a matter of fact. I thank them wholeheartedly. I can do all the prep, but on the day of the event, it just doesn't happen if they're not here. So please come and get a token of our appreciation. Kim Kennedy. Come here, Kim Kennedy. Anthony Stevens. Kim did our video. Anthony's at the art table. Tom Cairns is at the raffle table. We're He's so busy selling tickets he can't come up. Our Mary Jane Bailey, who stepped in at the last minute. Abby Stark, who is actually one of my former students, and she came tonight, and she's helping out. Thank you, Mary Jane. We're sorry to say two of our veteran volunteers were not able to come tonight. Sheila Ross and Dick Penthony. Thanks, Abby. But they're always there to lend a hand as part of the radioactive team. The cast consists of my WICX colleagues, but also my students, my dancer parents, the boss, my family, and most importantly, my extremely loyal friends, every single one of them. Stephanie Stark is with an international flair tonight, played Agatha Christie, Laura, and Bray Desher. And the pilot and announcer was from Scripts and Scriptures, Lloyd Kent.
Thank you.
Oh, hey, how about this? Talk about typecasting. Mike Stark is a real live chief of police, and he played Inspector Stevens. Mr. Parrish, the voice, and Johnny the elevator were brought to life by radio and Concord TV host and a member of Scripts and Scriptures, and someone I've kind of known for all of his 23 years, intimately, Daniel Saletti. He's also the author and creator of the films and audiobooks at the Arts Table. Some Ham played Miss Fletcher and the clerk. Our commercial stars were my loyal cohorts from Scripts and Scriptures, Lloyd Kintz and Susan Stevens. And my dear friend, Stephanie Stark. Our engineer and board member is tech wizard Joe Manish. Let's see, who could I be forgetting? Our expert sound effects were provided by my fellow Western New York native, my pun partner, and my second best friend in Concord, our fearless leader, Mike Bellino. And wishing he had just arrived from Belgium, bursting with little gray cells, a member of Scripts and Scriptures as Hercule Poirot, love of my life, Charlie Saletti. This will be the last call for the raffle and the arts table. Christmas is coming, you know. Please take your seats again, grab some desserts, and then please be back in your seats at 8:15 to see just how much you've won and who missed their calling as a private eye. Thank you very much.
navigate.
Appreciate that. Thank you. How are those tickets? See you Wednesday. Still alive. I said, Lisa, no, that was a lot of fun. Good. I know you had a fight to get here, so thank you. Shadow, we totally bombed out, but that's okay.
That means I got away with it, so that's okay.
Yeah. We like our theory, but we were like, then when they started explaining it, we were like, oh. Well, I was going to do it. I'm not yeah. I did Sarah yeah. Parties and all your relatives get sucked into them. So we're wanting to
How you doing? Enjoying your retirement? How many you spend your
That's pretty much the only thing I got out of that, because after that it was like, I'm not liking all this 3 flights of stairs. Because it was perfect, you didn't have a clothing there. I went to underwear, men's underwear. He did a very because they all wore briefs in those days. Double line and
Still living in the same place? Still living in the same place?
yeah, they never knew. Your husband still has the same I mean, it's loud. So when after I got that in my hand, that's what I would put rather than and I knew that because when it was out, and I had to buy the sample. So I would buy my size and stuff I like, and other people get a smaller size and other sizes and stuff I didn't like, because I know I'm not going to wear that anyway.
Right. That's a good idea.
Actually, I was doing very well, but then I was also working full time, and I had
That's nice stuff.
and I had 2 kids. So
It gets a little
Didn't you win the trip?
that's what I was saying. When the we always but it was September.
Oh, I've gone on a with a lot of fields on there.
Yeah, a lot of fields.
Yeah.
Even in a hotel room, it was perfect.
Did you ever get used to it? You could have an asthma attack. A friend of mine moved to say for shit straight.
Daniel, what's the name of the coaching partners?
I don't know if they call them.
Yeah.
And everything. Like I said, we went on a bus. I'm on a shoot. You know what?
I'm just going to say,
Oh my God. Everything on the bus.
on the way home from here.
We get home and I'm like, oh, it's like Disney. And I'm like,
Take all that sugar. It's layers. It's all sweet. Oh my God. I like
Audio books are nice.
and it's two Amish men.
absolutely not. And I definitely Stephanie made it. It's really tasty.
But I have no idea.
You know what? You'll enjoy this.
I'll let you pick it up. Peanut butter cupcakes, peanut butter cupcake,
Oh my goodness. Weaving milk.
So you have to go to California and look at my company and chain up the road.
She's not going to sleep for 2 days.
I'm sorry.
I'm Nancy. It's a client from Concord, Washington. A client. I'm like, oh my God. Get away. I'm on vacation, Lord. I'm doing your work. And you're standing there.
Tell us about it.
I didn't want to talk about it.
I have one peanut butter cupcake.
When we first started camping, we had a tent. No reservations. We go to bed.
She had one peanut butter cupcake left. She had one in it.
We go to Main Camp right next to it. We're going down.
Everybody said it is. So I just trained a girl, and she lives up there, and she brings it to work all the time. So they say it's but it's fine. But her mother's significant other also has a favorite brick oven.
Oh my God, she gave me a that is weird.
Alfredo pork oven. That's a my gosh. I like how proud of but yeah. Thinking about
I think so.
One of the people over at the other table said they think that he killed her with a sock. Oh, really? So he strangled her with a sock.
Oh my goodness.
Isn't that amazing?
not Harry Potter.
And then I called my cousin when I got home. And then I ran out of paper. You never know.
You're not doing it
When I got home and I called my library and I said, Yeah, the cherry was my nanny, and I told her that you start that you
started those back when guys really like it. Yep. It's hard right now. Still a nice white, you know. That I
I'll take one for the team, Andrew.
I just got the cake with the dog. They didn't have to get their hand up.
Are you staying with the thing?
Yeah, and I am.
Couple more minutes.
I think someone would be right there. I got that one. Kind of iffy because how do we know we got 10? There's no way to figure that out. Yeah. But supposedly the truth, yeah, you killed the guy and then peanuts. It was like 29 degrees. I had 16 kindergartners. We were all going to it was 80 degrees. I was standing by open window.
Yeah, that's scary. You don't want
Appreciate it.
No, I just want to see you laugh.
Maybe you can. That's a big
That makes it money. The extra New York Times will make my appeal to me. Yep. Thing is, I don't know where to start.
Way back. My grandmother said,
so with my luck,
It's Halloween night, right? Oh, yeah. Oh, I see. Right.
and John was happy here, and I got
you skulking among the poor man.
I'm looking for the money later. I was the money later, but I had to get it out.
have to go there. Somebody got my
Okay, are we ready? We're going to do our raffles right now, and we have some special help to help us out here. Thank you very much. Go over there and see Okay, for our snack stack, it's a yellow ticket. Ready? 438 480. 438 480. Somebody's got to be hungry.
It's not me.
438 480. Okay, we'll pull another one. Yes? No? Maybe? Maybe. Is it yellow?
438 480.
We have a winner.
Thank you, Howard. Okay, your turn.
That's for you. That's cute.
Waffles for segregation now, segregation tomorrow.
Oh, yellow's the one again. 438-515. 438-515. It's waffles for breakfast, or lunch, or dinner.
Belgian waffles.
Belgian waffles.
515. Yeah.
Thank you. This one's kind of fun. We got 4 of them. Oh, heavens, right back in.
Ponderation.
Ponderation. Okay, so we got 4.
I know, I'm cute.
Thank you. And didn't our raffle ticket pullers do a great job? Okay, are we ready?
That's cute.
It's your problem how you get them home in the car. Well, I'm sorry, but we've got a lot of yellow tickets tonight, one red. So we'll save the red for last.
Everything's great, Mom.
All right. 438-528. 438-528 is going on a brewery tour.
Wait, say it again.
438-528. Yay!
Where my son?
438
Brewery tour.
355. 438-355.
355.
I didn't put that.
Come on, I know you're up. Oh, we got way in the back. Yay!
Sometimes, yeah.
I know, sometimes it happens.
Drink up. Another yellow. 438. What a surprise. 410. So it's close to 415. We might have a double winner. 438. Wait a minute. Are you old enough? Could I see some ID, please? Okay. And our last raffle prize, red tickets. Oh. It's still 415, or 415 again. 664. 415-664. Tour and sampling. Hey, our videographer won. Soon Brendan comes in. Okay, now the really exciting part.
Oh no.
It's time to find out who the private eyes are in our group. In third place. Well, maybe I should go over the right answers and all that. Anthony, where are you? Have you got the key? I can tell you the bonus questions. The bonus questions are,
What kind of furniture does Poirot prefer?
French provincial.
French provincial. Who killed Officer Trumbull?
Hillary.
Hillary Kent disguised as Parrish. What is Miss Fletcher's room number?
515.
Oh, you got what?
515.
515. Okay, so what we were looking for, more or less, anybody that was even close. Our villain was Hillary Kent.
Hillary Kent.
And his motive was he was already a swindler and a criminal, and he wants access to that currency forgery stuff. His opportunity, he kills Parrish and Trumbull in Parrish's room. And his method was he kills Parrish and assumes his identification. He also avoids seeing the daughter by drugging her. So, in third place, you already know the answers, I won't read them now. Third place, Emily Planchet. Or Planchet. So many of them. Congratulations. In second place, with a lot of good stuff on here. I have to say it right. Melina Lavalle. Last but not least, our grand prize winner, our investigator extraordinaire, our new Columbo? No. Hercule Poirot. Is everybody, I think everybody knows her, Angie Glendinning. Okay, I think that's all the business we got. You got 4 minutes to scarf up any last desserts or whatever. On behalf of WICX, I can't thank you enough. It was a great evening, I think. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. We sure did. And we hope to see you. Maybe we'll do this again. Thanks a million.
Oh, sure.
All cast and volunteers, please meet over at the arts table. Cast and volunteers.
Thank you.